how do you break down charisma into its component parts?
Generally, I think of charisma as the ability to influence other people. And I take out of that things that obviously influence other people, like beauty and talent. So I take all of that stuff out of the realm of influence, and what you're left with is basically personality and character-driven influence. The personality that you're showcasing today is not intrinsic to who you are. It is not how you were born. It is often the traumas and successes of 13-year-old you have shaped the way that you are. Self-esteem is your reputation with yourself. And if you're the type of person who lies all the time, doesn't keep your word, doesn't go to the gym when you set your New Year's resolution, your reputation with yourself is going to be a lousy one. That of somebody who is unreliable, lies, all these sorts of things. And by changing your behavior, you can change the way that you perceive yourself. And that has a profound effect on how you present yourself to other people and then how they perceive you.
All right. So getting back to charisma, what are the basic principles that people should grasp if they want to come across well when they're communicating?
When you're first interacting with someone, a great way to be a conversational leader is to set the vibe a level higher than you need to. So people often say, "How are you doing?" And people often respond, "Fine." And I'm guilty of this as well. But if you want to practice being charismatic, find a way to amp yourself up to be fantastic or great or amazing. That immediately sets the conversation off on a stronger foot. You also get these very, very common questions. They're almost these social niceties that we ask one another when we're getting to know one another. What do you do for a living? Where are you from? And people take these gimme questions and just submarine the conversation. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a consultant. And so in just teaching people, look, you already have habits. These aren't who you are. Can we just make these start the conversation off on a much stronger foot? So we have worksheets within the course, and we kind of talk about some of the stuff on the YouTube channel. Instead of saying that you're a consultant, realize that the question the person is asking you is, please tell me anything interesting about yourself with which I can connect. That's what they're saying. When they say, where are you from? They're going, please say a city that I've been to. So I can say, oh my God, like the weather is so great. And do the favor of sticking out some Velcro for them to attach onto. So instead of saying Philadelphia, I might say, I grew up on the East Coast, but I was always a little bit of a crazy person. So in college, I moved to Brazil and did all this crazy entrepreneurial stuff with a bunch of friends. But now I've realized that I much prefer summer sports and surfing, and I live in California. Within that answer, there's surfing, there's sports, there's entrepreneurism, there's adventure, there's traveling internationally. There's all these different directions that the person that you're speaking to can listen to and decide to hook into. And what happens is when you give them 5, 6, 7 options in a 3-sentence answer, you're going to naturally go down conversations that both people are more interested in. And so when you give people more about you to hook into early on in conversation, that helps tremendously. Another big thing in conversation is that we often take questions too literally. Again, what people are trying to do when they're meeting one another is just suss out a vibe. And so if you're answering every question very literally, the vibe that you're giving is this is an interview. And I'm just, and sometimes that's great when you're diving down into the values that you have and that they have, and you can really connect over that. But oftentimes just answering one of the questions in a non-literal fashion sets the vibe of I'm here to have fun. People want to have much more fun than they're having. And so if you could be the person that breaks them out of the serious moment, whether it's via text or in conversation, they're going to appreciate you, want you around more. And it seems like a superpower, but all you're doing is not taking questions literally.